It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from North Brewing Company, and it's a collaboration with The Square Ball, which is an online Leeds United football magazine and podcast and that sort of thing, which is really cool, by the way. And this is their California Pale Ale, coming in a 4.5% ABV in a 440 milliliter can. I was up in Leeds recently as just 2 days ago, and I picked this up in the Leeds Morrisons store. So they don't sell it in the South Wales area for me. So whilst I was in Leeds, I thought I've got to make an effort to go to Morrisons and pick up some of these new beers that have launched as of October 2021. They launched in 170 of the Morrisons stores nationwide. We might eventually see them around the South Wales area, but I'm not sure. I went to Cardiff, I went to Barry, couldn't see any of the new beers there. Maybe there's a, just down in the South Wales area here, maybe there's just a lack of knowledge on North Brewing Company and how brilliant they make their beers. I mean, of course, you've got myself, but I've been reviewing beer for 11 years on YouTube, so I'm going to know about North Brewing Company, but perhaps not a lot of others will in the South Wales area. So whilst I was in Leeds, I definitely made a beeline for the Leeds Morrison store and picked this up. This is looking really good. It's a 2 to 3 finger white head. Yeah, definitely 2 to 3 finger. A nice hazy straw coloured beer, slow moving carbonation rolling up the side of the glass. It was, £3 a can. Quite excited by this one. The only beer that I couldn't find was the coffee. I think it was a coffee porter by North Brewing Company that landed into Morrisons. They didn't have it, and that was the one that I was really kind of looking for. We spoke to a lovely gent, and he said the nearest, one of the managers in Morrisons, he said you can pick it up in Liverpool. I was like, all right. That's great to know. Aroma. Oh, lovely kind of like stone fruit aromas, apricot, kind of passion fruit, mango. It smells really soft. The water smells really soft in the beer, even from just getting the aroma. And what I'm trying to say here is that if you kind of sort your water out and make a really soft water for your pale ales and your IPAs, then you're going to make the hops sing, and the hops are really singing to me. Really lovely pungent aroma on this beer. I'm going to dive into this one. I'm really looking forward to it. Cheers. Really good. Really, really good. Oh, passion fruit, mango, touch of grapefruit, touch of lemon. Oh, it's beautiful. Fleshy blood orange flavours coming through. Stone the crows. The water is so soft. So soft, but so juicy. This is such a juicy pale ale. Little sprinkling of carbonation pushes the beer round the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. Oh my goodness me. That is so good. I think personally, I've had a few North beers now in a few different supermarkets, and they have been superb. Absolutely superb. I think I had something called a Transient recently in Asda, I think it was called. It was like a 6.8% ABV, you know, pushing double IPA territory for £4 a can, and it was tremendous. Absolutely tremendous beer. By far the best beer that ever hit the kind of Asda shelves for the craft beer. But this, I'm going to say, this is easily one of the best beers in Morrisons. it is. If you like a really juicy, drinkable pale ale that you can smash back at 4.5% ABV, you can drink a few of these, then this is the beer for you. It really is. California Pale Ale. It's a funny one because when you think about California, you think of kind of rampaging bitterness, don't you? You think of kind of huge bitterness coming through from like a San Diego, California style West Coast IPA or Pale Ale. It's going to have a rasping bitterness. But this has none of that. This has none of that. It's just really soft, really hoppy. With a terrific drinkable finish on it. It's so juicy and refreshing. It's just incredible. I had the privilege whilst I was up in Leeds also to nip into the new North Tap Room in the centre of Leeds. Big glass fronted building, beautiful place. I had a triple fruited gozer in there, and I probably should have looked in the fridge for that coffee. I think it's called Full Fathom Coffee Porter. I should have had a look in the fridges to see if they had that in the fridges and picked it up from there rather than wait to go to Leeds Morrisons the next day. But there we go. There we go. I think maybe what I was thinking about at the time was if I buy that beer in the North Bar, maybe it's slightly different from a Morrisons beer. Price point for me, that beer would have been about £3-4 a can, the Full Fathom. It would have been a lot more money, not a lot more, but it would have been a little bit more money in the North Tap Room. It might have been £1 or £2 more. So it might have been a slightly different review maybe, because I don't know, price would have thrown it out. Is it exactly the same beer that they produce for the supermarket? Probably, 99% sure it is. I mean, this is a cracker for £3. So punchy, so tropical. The drinkability, I can't tell you how drinkable this beer is. Nice touch of sweetness to go at the beginning of the beer. It's just tremendous. The Square Ball. 1989 they started making. It was probably a football magazine back then in 89. Now it's an online podcasting digital magazine thing, which, I mean, nobody buys magazines anymore, do they? So they've had to kind of transition. Nothing really to say on the can. There's no real description. There is ingredients on the can, but they're not talking about hops. It's kind of like just water, barley. Oh yeah, there is hops on it actually. Wheat, the hops are Citra, Mosaic, Cascade and Chinook. And there's some yeast in there. Yeah, brilliant. Love it. Absolutely love that. A pretty brilliant beer. I'm going to rate it. North Brewing Company's California Pale Ale. I can give no wrong for that. There's nothing in that beer that I can give wrong for. Take any marks away. Super smashable pale ale. Super smashable pale ale. There's £3 a can in Morrisons. Check your local Morrisons first though online before you go racing out, just in case they don't have it. But that's a 10 out of 10 beer for me. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.